Welcome to my second deck tech. I am FullMetalHoyt, and this giant mess is my EDH deck for Talrand Sky Summoner. So, I like this guy. He's pretty cool. I wonder... Sorry, I can't fix the focus. Yeah. Alright. So this is my EDH deck for Talrand Sky Summoner. I really like this card. As soon as I saw him, I knew that I wanted to make a Commander deck with him. Plus, like any good Magic player, he is the best color, blue. So, of course, I wanted to use him. Also, he's foily. Yay, foily. Alright. So, when I first got back into Magic, I just kind of threw this together. And I got some cards. I got a stack of cards that that I want to put back, that I want to add to the deck, and I haven't really taken apart until now, and I realized I've made some terrible mistakes. So, gonna go through some of these things, pull some stuff out, throw in some other sweet tech, and let's see what we can do. Alright, couple things first off. Mind Sculpt. Terrible idea. It goes away. Alright, first I'm going to go through the spells, find stuff that I don't like. A lot of these I do, so I will keep them in. Now, as a reminder, Talrand Sky Summoner is 2 mana, or 2 generic, 2 blue, for a 2/2 legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you put a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So, this deck's going to want to play lots of instants and sorceries. And so that should be where the majority of my spells are going to be at. So, I got a couple 1-drop spells. Let's see what we got. Hydro Surge. That's probably not what I want to be doing. Void Snare is what I want to do. Unsummon, yes. Retraction Helix is just funny because it's like an unsummon, but you can throw it on one of your Drakes. So, why not? Obviously not the Drake you just played because it can't tap. Although, if you need a second Drake, it's a good way to do it. Interesting thing to note, Talrand does, because it's a cast trigger, you do get the Drake before the spell resolves, but you do have to announce your targets first. So, the Drake will not be in play when you need a target, I believe. I'm sure someone will yell at me if I get that wrong. Alright, let's look at our 2-drop spells. Alright, so we have Pin to the Earth, which is probably a no. We could probably get that out. Nullify, I like. Font of Fortunes, do want good card draw, so I'll probably keep that in. No, I'm going to put it in the no, and we might just keep it in anyway. Ring of Evos Isle. No. Well, no. Honestly, I don't really have any of the standard stuff like Swiftfoot Boots or Spider Silk Cloak or Lightning Greaves, so I might keep this in because this is like my only protection aside from counter spells, which is pretty good protection, but I will probably just hang on to this for now. Spell Rupture, yeah, that's always good. Disdainful Stroke, fun. Voyage's End, yes, I do like the scrying. Turn to Frog, yeah, because that's basically a removal spell. Surprise creature, shrink it down, block it with something. You got pretty good removal. Alright, Psychic Rebuttal. That seems terrible, and I'm gonna say no. Negate. That's a yes. Essence Scatter. Also yes. Alright, so cut a few things here. I'm gonna try to keep track of what I cut so I know what I need to add. Alright. Already starting with some good cuts. Excellent, because I was terrible at building this deck. Alright, right into being. Yeah. Reduce in stature. Yes, this is hilarious. Calculated Dismissal. I like that card. I don't care what people say about it. Anchor to the Ether. Yeah, I'll keep that too. So those are all good. Definitely gonna need some more spells. But that's okay, because I did invest a little bit into some better spells. Sleep. Yes, used that before. That's good. Dreadwaters is going to get out, because that's a terrible card. Into the Void is good. Keep that. Talrand's Invocation. Oh, yes. Bone to Ash. Yeah, I'll keep Bash. It's not great, but counterspells are counterspells. Nivix Barrier, I probably should just keep this card in, because it's supposed to be fine, but I've never really liked it. But I'll keep it in. It got mixed up in my stuff, because I never play it. Alright, Weave Fate. Always down to get some inspiration isotopes. So yes, Mystic Meditation, also fine with that. So we'll keep that in. Card draw, always good to have handy. Ether Spouts is just hilarious. So yeah, gonna keep an Ether Spouts. Contradict. Yes. Switcheroo. Fun fact, last time I played Commander, I got to use Switcheroo, and I switched out a Drake for somebody's Kozilek. That was hilarious. And Jace's Ingenuity. Draw 3 cards. Yes, please. Good in this kind of deck. The only 6 mana spell I have currently is Rise of the Eagles. And if I have Talrand out, that's 3 2/2 birds, and I get to scry. Well, 2 2/2 birds and a 2/2 Drake, but still, I get to scry, so that's nice. Alright. So, big ol' stack of spells. Those I am fine with keeping. So let's take a look at the creatures. There should be way fewer creatures in here than I have. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of cards at the time. Sidisi's Faithful. It's a 1-mana 0/4, so sure, why not? I'm going to be mostly attacking through the air. Eventually I'm going to need to invest in the propaganda or something like that. But until then, blockers it is. So Sidisi's Faithful, Kraken Hatchling, those guys are fine. Murmuring Phantasm, sure, why not? Maritime Guard, sure. Bronze Sable, out. Omen Speaker. I've always liked Omen Speaker. Always liked Omen Speaker. It's a good card. Vial of Dragonfire. No. And that went in the wrong place anyway. This also went in the wrong place. Encoded. Cast a copy. Okay, so Cipher will actually trigger because it says cast. So that actually triggers Talrand, so sure. I never remember what Cipher does. It's not one of those abilities I remember that well. For color combination, I like a lot. Dimir sure does get bad keywords. Alright, Fog Bank. Sure. Stratus Dancer. Yes. Because why not? Palache Familiar. Yeah. Amazing Flying Cantrip. Augur Bolus. That seems like a good slam pick for this. And Patrick Scryfish. Also yes. Alright. So, those guys are in. Alright, let's look at the next set. We have Jesse's Girl. Probably not. Opaline Unicorn, yes. One thing I do need in here is a little more mana ramp or fixing. So, actually have some of those I'm going to order and get them shipped in. I'll talk about those in a bit. But yeah, I'm going to need that for now. Wave Crash Titan is a no. Frost Links, fine, I guess. I'll keep it. Windrake, just because it's funny. That's basically what Talrand makes. So sure, why not? I don't really have any and Ket cards yet. So I know there's a new, slightly worse version of Archaeomancer that I need to grab. But Archaeomancer, yes, always yes, always, always, always yes. It was pretty much made for this deck. Juggernaut, nope. That was a bad idea. See, Juggernaut is a good example of, crap, I'm short some cards. What's always been a decent card? Juggernaut, sure, yes, let's go with it. So it gets cut. Mana 4. Yeah, I'll keep the Mana 4. Separatist Voyage Mage. Stays in. Cloak Siren. No. Alright. What else do we have? Man, I'm bad at sorting spells and creatures. I mean, this is basically creatures, right? Ojutai summons. So, with Talrand out, this is like 6 creatures. So, yes, that sounds great. Precedent Chimera, or Prescient, Chimera of Presence. Yeah, sure. Looks like a good fit in the deck. Mnemonic Wall. See, I can pronounce mnemonic, but I can't pronounce persimmons. Mnemonic Wall. Yes. Also yes. That and Archaeomancer are great picks for this. Alright, and no, that card is bad. And I should feel bad. Which I do. I do feel bad. Alright, so these are the cards I've cut so far. So let's take a look at them, and I'll show you some of the... I did get a few spicy things to add back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe I have at least a dozen cards that I want to put in. So let's go find them. Oh, and also Pile of Violence, because what I should be getting, it's on my to-get list, is the blue storage land. I think that's the only land I'm going to get. I might get something like Lonely Sandbar, but probably not. And I think there's just a blue tap cycler that's from the Urza set, but I don't remember what it is. Lonely Sandbar, I believe, is the be from Onslaught, which is when I actually played. So of course I would know that. Alright. So I got a giant pile of maybes that I'm going to look at. I know my mana ramp's pretty weak. So I have the Eldrazi. So that's not bad for mana ramp. In addition to the Eldrazi, I've got Scour from Existence for removal, Universal Solvent for removal. It's expensive, but you know what? You get what you can get. Binding of Thassa, because that just sounds fun to throw in there. Hopefully we can cut that part out. Alright, so Binding of Thassa just sounds fun to do. It is combat damage, so it's not quite Curiosity, but close enough. And it's for everybody. I've got Insidious Will, because, you know, why not have more counter spells? Or at least one that can do 3 things, which seems like a great thing to do in Commander. Grabbed a Metallurgic Summonings. I just happened to open this. I think I'll try it out. I got lots of instants and sorceries. This likes instants and sorceries. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be great for the deck. All right, speaking of spicy cards, Polymorph, and yes, that is a white bordered 6th edition Polymorph, and you know why? Because it annoys people. All right, so a Polymorph. I also grabbed Long-Term Plans. Not the best tutor in the world, but certainly a lot cheaper than the other tutors. And it's 3 cards down, but I have lots of card draw in here, so that should be fine. Good old Legends Edition Force Spike, because nothing says blue like Force Spike. And I got a Daze, because boy, the games I've lost to this card. So might as well make someone else lose to it. Also got Distorting Wake, so return X target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. I'm going to be upping my mana ramp, so hopefully that'll keep me ahead of the game, and then I can just wreck somebody. Hopefully if someone else is on tokens, you can just blow them out with that. Alright, also grabbed a Living Lore. I might use it. Seems fun. Good old Stormtide Leviathan. It's a fine finisher all on its own. And it's a good way to just kind of lock people out of the game if you need to. So yeah, I'll go with that. Nice, just a nice good old finisher card if you need one. Speaking of finisher cards, I also grabbed a Deep Sea Kraken because it was in the bargain rare bin. And I might have a soft spot in my heart because I really like the Time Spiral block. So I got Deep Sea Kraken, which just seems like a good way to end a game. Hey, you want to talk about white border cards? Boom. Power Sync. There's a lot of text on here. I'll sum up. X and a blue. Counter target spell unless the controller pays blue. If they can't, then tap all their lands. Yeah. And empty the mana pool. So it basically forces them to tap out and forces them to pay. So even if you counter something they don't really care about, if you can eat up their mana, then it just kind of ends their turn or their ability to do something. So that's always nice. And because we're in blue and I found one, grabbed a Brainstorm. Mostly because I feel like you have to. So I got a couple cards left I wanted to do. I have 4 cards left. So I have a foil because Force of Will is too expensive. So foil says you can discard an island card and another card rather than pay foil's mana cost and counter target spell. It also costs 4 mana, but who cares? Alright, 3 cards left. 1, I've got Baral, Chief of Compliance. I really like Baral. I want to see him in this deck. I think he's going to be a good fit. It's going to be lots of fun, making stuff cheaper. Speaking of things you want to make cheaper, and the reason I picked up long-term plans in the first place, Day of Dragons. Now that's a spicy card for Commander. So the idea, hopefully, with this deck is for me to make a whole bunch of 2/2s. Well, 40 life is a long way to go with 2/2s. So why not just throw down a Day of Dragons? Why not turn them all into 5/5s? Then you don't need quite so many. So that's going to be fun for later. And the last card I got, I was really excited to find because I haven't seen this used in a Commander deck. As far as I know, I haven't looked at EDH Rec. I don't have that kind of time. I grabbed a card called Urtay's Meddling. Alright. So this has some weird text on it. So I will sum up. X and a blue, it is an interrupt. Now it's just an instant. It exiles target spell from the game with X delay counters on it. During each upkeep of that spell's owner, they remove a delay counter from it. When the last delay counter is removed, you copy that spell. You put a copy of that spell and you can play it without paying its mana cost. So if they have like a vital spell or a board wipe or something fun like that, you just get to remove it from the game and set it back a couple turns. It basically just suspends something, which I think is a lot of fun, and it can be kind of a troll move. It doesn't really counter their stuff, but it does mess with their stuff. I am all for messing with their stuff. So I'm going to count up how many cards this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, 20. Already removed 12 from the deck. So, yeah, just 8 more. That probably won't be difficult. I just need to find the 8 most useless cards in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. 6. 7. 8. All right. I'm gonna stack these guys in here. So a couple more spot removal, plus some more fun stuff. Got lots of card draw, plus ways to make creatures. A giant old stack of lands. Alright, so that's my deck tech so far. Just showing my modifications. I got a few other things I want to put in here, and I'll have to switch some stuff out. I have things I want to put in here are Apprentice Wizard, which is like a 2 mana 1/1 wizard that you pay a blue, tap it, and you add 3 generic to your mana pool. And there's also the he's like not laboratory assistant, like research assistant, something like that. It's a flip card from Shadows over Innistrad that he adds colorless to your mana pool, and then he flips and adds like 2 colorless to your mana pool. But you only use those for instant or sorceries. That's gonna be fine. And then of course I have like Silvermere, Sky Diamond, and short storage land, and you know, just basic mana ramp stuff to help me get there with blue. Because I can't really ramp lands here, so just gonna have to ramp some other way. I think I have 1 Evolving Wilds in here, and I don't know why I put it in, except just for giggles, I guess. I don't know. Wasn't really thinking that through all the way. But alright, there's my new and improved blue Commander deck. Alright, and we will see you next time.